Hello everyone, Wade from High Tech Legion here, and with over 1,500 videos uploaded, if you haven't seen it here, you may not have seen it anywhere. So in this video, I'm going to be giving you an overview and showing you how to install hard drives into the Icy Dock ICYCube 4-bay enclosure. This is an all aluminum enclosure with removable drive trays that can handle both 2.5-inch drives and 3.5-inch drives. When you plug the cable into your system, you'll actually see all 4 drives as separate drives on the system, which is really cool. So if you have a bunch of drives laying around and you want to pop them into an enclosure, this is definitely a nice little unit to be able to do that with and not have a bunch of little enclosures all over the place. So let's take a closer look at the enclosure itself. Then I'll show you the accessories and the benchmarks. So here we have a closer look at the Icy Dock ICYCube 4-bay enclosure. As you can see here, we've got 4 bays here, and then you got a little bit of ventilation here. The power supply for this is actually embedded in it, so this ventilation is for that portion of the enclosure. And what's really cool is these are all quick releases, so you push down the little button here and the drive tray comes out. So you've got an aluminum drive tray here and mounting for both 2.5-inch and 3.5-inch drives. They then just slide back into the bay. You push them in and lock them back in place, and you're good to go. So I've actually already got 2 drives installed into this, so I'll give you a look at them. We've got a 1 terabyte Hitachi drive installed in here with 3.5-inch drive. You put 3 screws on either side of it. Screws are included, and then you just slide that drive back in. Same kind of deal if you want to put a 2.5-inch SSD in here, except you put 4 screws into the bottom of the drive through the bottom of the drive bay. Screws are also included for this, so you've got no issues there. Slide it back in and lock it in place. As you can see, we've got a nice aluminum housing on this with the Icy Dock logo on the side, and on the rear of it you've got a removable fan here, 80mm fan, that also is variable speed. So on the bottom underneath that is a switch here for the fan, high, auto, and low. During my testing I left it on auto and I found that it was pretty quiet. Didn't really have to adjust it to make it comfortable for me, and it kept my drives nice and cool. You've got your power plug here, which is a standard power connector for like a regular computer power supply, power switch, USB 3 connector, and an eSATA connector. So the USB 3 connector offers you speeds up to 5 gigabits per second, and eSATA will allow speeds up to 6 gigabits per second. So definitely a nice little unit, like I said, and the fact that it can support either 2.5-inch drives or 3.5-inch drives is something that I really like. So now let's take a look at the accessories, and then we'll check out the benchmarks. Here's what we get for accessories. You get a user manual, you get the power plug to connect it into power, a USB 3 cable, your screws for both your 2.5-inch and 3.5-inch hard drives, and also an eSATA cable. So depending on which way you want to go, doesn't matter, you have the included accessories to hook it into your system, whether you want to go with the USB 3 connection or the eSATA connection. That's a nice little accessory kit, considering most of them probably wouldn't have included the eSATA cable. As you can see from the benchmarks, the performance on the Icy Dock ICYCube is pretty good, and the build quality is excellent. It's a nice little 4-bay enclosure that definitely helps clean up your desk if you have a bunch of hard drives hanging around. and or if you really want to, you can use it as like a media storage area where you have up to 4 6-terabyte hard drives in it. That's an incredible up to 24 terabytes of storage in one little unit. So that's pretty cool. Definitely something to consider, and I hope you enjoyed this video and it was helpful for you. Also, please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter pages. Take care.